Yeah, hello everybody. I'm so thankful for Mr. Bob Greenberg for inviting me to this discussion about education in Palestine. I'm Asma Mustafa, teacher of English language at Halima Saadiya High School for Girls in the North Directorate of Gaza Strip. I won the Global Teacher Award 2020 from AKS Education Awards, and I'm the creative teacher of Palestine 2022. Actually, the circumstances in Palestine faces so many different things comparing with the world outside. The first challenge that we are talking about, which is the electricity off, and it is one of the difficult challenges we face here because the electricity is only on for 8 hours a day, and this means that you have, as a teacher, you have to delay so many activities, needs, for example, the LCD, YouTube, laptops, computers, etc., um, to to help your students to develop their skills inside the classrooms, and then to make a special schedule for you and your students. And this makes us to do great effort and to pay much time to spend much time in arranging things or making our classes with the teachers of technology, looking for the suitable time inside the schools, for example, the computer laboratory or the library if we have electricity on, and sometimes it is off, so you can't do those activities. In Palestine, we have large number of learners in one classroom. That is because of the high population in Gaza Strip. We have sometimes from 45 to 50 students in one classroom, and that means you need much time, you need to do great effort with students. And I do usually the group working because this helps me very much and give the opportunity for all my students to participate and to be involved in the activities that I need them to be involved in. For example, when we talk about gaming strategies, I distribute students in eight or sevens, okay? And this way, I put the high achievers with the middle or the low achievers, all of them learn from the others, and making group leaders also help them to help you as a teacher to make leaders for the futures. So you can solve so many problems in one. And this is what I do with large numbers with my students. Uh, the third the third problem I face is the early marriage and the drop out of school from my students from early time. I teach the 8th and 10th grades, and most of them drop off from schools when they became 15 or 16. And I did so many things in order to stop this problem in cooperation with my school headmistress, with the school counselor, with my colleagues, and we succeeded to enlist the average of dropping out of school. But still, the problem is available, as well as the electricity, the large numbers, and so many other things like the lack of resources. For example, we are suffering from, the lack of computer devices. We can have only one or two computers in one school, which contains more than 1,000 students, and this is a very big problem for us here. And sometimes we face a financial problem. Sometimes we need to make materials for the educational materials, and the teachers afford bringing them and afford buying them by themselves and bringing them to schools. And this is why I do believe in teachers from Gaza. Not only because I'm from Gaza, but also because I feel their problems, and I do live with those problems. Since 15 years, I've started my work as a teacher, and I'm still suffering from the same problems, but I have learned how to adapt with this problem and how to enlist the the problems of students. And for teachers around the world, you can use those problems to discover what are the best solutions, and you can make significant change. That's how I used the lack of computers devices in making the global education project. I managed to connect my students with more than 57 countries till now. I launched my global education project in 2019 when I first connected them with a teacher who works as a storyteller from North Macedonia. And then we moved to meet another teacher in Bosnia. And then we moved to join the BBC Live classes in London, India, with the British Council. And I connected with Japan University, which is Shikoyo. And I managed to get my students to speak with their peers around the world. In last 3 years, more than 250 times. And they exchange their culture with the others. Notice that my students in Gaza have never been abroad, and they have never traveled before. They have never seen the world outside, but only on screens of the internet or televisions. They have never met people in person, the foreigners. I mean, people in Africa, people in Europe, people in different countries. They only met them virtually. And this is enough, I think, for them. They were so happy and enjoying the experience. They asked their peers about their culture, their food, their traditional dresses, their flags, about their time now. Of course, it is different from Palestine to another country. And they used to ask about their favorite meals, what do they do in spare time. It's so enjoyable and fruitful for the little kids, for students from 13 to 16. This is the age I'm working on. And for my students, they managed to do so many things for the country, Palestine. They raised our flag on screens, and they were able to tell the people abroad about Palestine, about Jerusalem, the capital of Palestine, about our culture, about our Arabic language. We sang together. We sang one vision, one word. We sang I Believe I Can Fly. We sang Welcome, Welcome, Everyone. We sang in different 6 languages for the people abroad. It was an enjoyable experience for them. They were so happy to learn from their peers, and they learned English. They practiced English. They listened and spoke. They read and wrote. This is what we call the 4 main skills of English. And I'm so happy because my students loved English as a school subject. As you know, so many students found it very difficult to learn English because it is not the mother tongue of us in Palestine. It is the second language taught from the first grade till the end. And they loved the conversation because it was so real. Teacher, Miss, you are providing us with so real English. It's not only in books or whatever. It's live. You can listen and speak really. I hope one day I may take them to the world outside in real, not only in Zoom or Skype.